If you want to become a lean, green bassin machine, Bass, the Weed Factor, details how to match your lures and tactics to weed depth, type, and thickness. It's part of our Angling Edge instructional DVD collection, available at anglingedge.com.
The infiltration of Eurasian milfoil into many U.S. waters has forced lakeshore owners and government agencies to deal with this unwelcome invader. Beneath the surface, fish have also had to adapt to this drastic change in their environment. In turn, anglers have been forced to adapt as well.
You know, exotic species have really changed a lot of fisheries across the country. You have zebra mussels in the Great Lakes, in the Mississippi River drainage. You have quagga mussels out west. In a lot of our natural lakes and reservoirs, you have milfoil weeds. And right now I'm fishing with Mark Fisher, and what we're going to look at is strategies on how to catch fish out of dense milfoil beds. Actually, Mark has fished this lake for years, and about, 8 or 9 years ago, Mark, this lake really changed the complexion, didn't it?
You know, years ago, fishing this particular spot we're on right now, we were fishing the native vegetation that existed, whether it was coontail or cabbage in some form, and we'd throw jigworms and spinnerbaits and crankbaits over the top and fish more horizontal in presentations and get the fish that way. And you know, when the Eurasian milfoil came in, it didn't make it as easy as it once did to do what we'd call probably horizontal or chase bait patterns. You know, all of a sudden now we've got to go more vertical and just adjust our presentation because the fish are still here. There's that one. That's a good one. James.
Whoa, that's a better one. There we go.
Oh,
Whoa.
there's the mule we've looked at.
There we go.
There you go.
That's a better one. Come here. Oh, look at that guy there. That's a good one there. Look at the size of him. Beautiful bass. Boy, he just jumped on it. You know, one thing that's really important about fishing these deep weeds like this is the baits that you use. We actually have a number of different presentation techniques to catch fish out of deep milfoil beds, depending on the season you're fishing.
For early and late season fishing, when the milfoil is thinner, cranking rattlebaits and magnum wiggleworts are a great tactic to find and catch bass out of these massive weed flats. As the season develops and the weeds build, a vertical presentation with heavy jigs and Texas rigs become the primary techniques to extract bass holding below the dense milfoil canopies.
Oh. Come here, buddy. He's just leaning on him. There you go. There's more of our little buddies.
Another little vermin.
Yeah. How do you like that? He came in with part of his home. You know, when you look at these really vast weed beds, you think that it's all the same, but realistically, any really good milfoil fisherman knows that there's a lot of subtleties to bottom composition, weed density, to find these fish.
Locating bass in these giant weed beds can be a real workout. You first have to figure out what depth the fish are holding in. Generally, we'll start experimenting at various depth levels. We'll start on the deepest weed edge, then move into the mid-range zone, then push into the inside edge. By using the depth finder in conjunction with GPS mapping, we'll lay down waypoints wherever we catch a bass. That'll give us a good picture where we should be concentrating our efforts. It's also important to understand that bass can move around a lot in these weed beds based on available food and weather conditions. Generally, bass will be focused on any points or inside corners along the weed edge. Within the weed flat itself, rocks, hard bottom spots, or any dense milfoil clumps tend to collect bass.
Whoa. Oh, Mr. Fisher, that's a better one there. Yeah, that's a big one. Look at that guy. There we go. Whoa. There we go.
There you go.
Look at that guy.
That's what you need, buddy.
Oh, that's a beauty there. Look at the size of that guy.
There he is. Oh.
You got another one, Mr. Fisher? You got a big boy on there. Look at that.
Another little vermin here, James.
Okay, come here, buddy. Look at that. I like this. This is my new favorite hole. Look at this. This goes to
show you what you can catch out of the milfoil beds, no question about it.
That's right. You know, and what you pointed out earlier in this piece, James, was so important. We got off some fish, we got onto a little pattern, started to expand it a little bit,
Yeah.
and just started to observe going shallower.
And that's where we're catching more and more of the fish. But the thing is, it's the system, the rod, reel, line, presentation, your electronics, put it to work, and you can see what it produces. Boy, numbers of these big boys. We have to get back in there.
That's it.
Every time you fish in these waters, make sure that the trailer is clear. It actually can be easily transported to another lake.
If you want to become a lean, green bassin machine, Bass, the Weed Factor, details how to match your lures and tactics to weed depth, type, and thickness. It's part of our Angling Edge instructional DVD collection, available at anglingedge.com.